Hi and welcome to the GMBN Tech Show for 2023. It's a brand new year. That feels weird saying that, not quite there yet.
Yeah, it's weird.
I definitely feel like my head's still last year.
Talking about brand new, we've got a brand new partner we're going to be announcing for the show. Yeah, and we're going to be going over the 2023 events, races, and all sorts that we're looking forward to this year. Well, it's 2023. What are we looking forward to this year, Doddy?
Oh my God, where do we start? Well, I guess from my perspective, one of the things I always love about this job and this industry is going to shows and seeing all the new stuff. And there's loads of great ones. I mean, obviously, like Sea Otter kicks off in April, and for me, it's kind of like the opening of the year. I know that's like way ahead yet, but it's just an amazing festival to go to. The opportunity to ride bikes to Santa Cruz and other areas is there as well, and it's just generally great. But also, I've never managed to get out to Taiwan or Taichung to go to Taipei show. And I've not been able to because of COVID and travel restrictions and stuff. And I really hope there's an opportunity this year to get out there. So I'd really, really like to see that. Of course, Eurobike, another banger. I mean, it's changed location. So last year, although the show was bigger and it's much easier to get to, it felt like it wasn't quite bedded in. So I reckon it might be a little bit better this year.
Yeah.
And then at home, we've got like Bespoked.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
That's sure. Always, I missed it.
Yeah, it's never
well.
like the new tech and the excitement of that, but it's always just a beautiful, beautiful show.
Yeah,
just
it's all like weird, radical, and obscure
passion
stuff.
And the beauty of the bikes there. They're like works of art. And then for me, I think it's races because last year I covered the first EWS race, the Enduro World Series, and so many prototypes rocked up to that. It just got me so excited to see what was coming in the following year at the first race. So I'm looking forward to that. And well, big news on the channel is we'll actually be covering UCI Downhill and XC.
At last.
In some guys, not just EWS. So we can actually, route around some pits and talk to athletes while they're actually racing. And so that's got to be super exciting for us.
Oh my God, there's going to be so much that we're going to be able to do that we've not been able to in previous years. I think there's probably going to be a bit of a fight behind the scenes of who gets to go where, because obviously some other people will have to stay here and make the rest of the content.
Yeah, I know.
We'll have to figure that one out, I guess.
I hope I get to do some XC stuff.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Yeah.
And then you'll be excited about Malverns Classic, maybe? That's
always.
Kind of a race and a show all in one.
Yeah, it's always good. And of course, a global bike festival as well.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we're actually going to go to this.
I think we're getting more banded this year. Yeah, I think it doesn't look like there's any calendar clashes yet. So I think we're all going to be there. And it's right in the middle of two World Cups as well, Ligne being pretty much happening just over the hill.
Well, it literally is. You can get the chairlift over and watch Ligne and then cycle back if you wanted to, if you fancied that. Just saying.
Yeah, loads of good options. Yeah.
Obviously, some tech coming up this year, and we've done our tech predictions, which you'll have to watch that show. But obviously, I think maybe just the world of electronic gears has got to be something we're all looking forward to.
It's not going away, is it?
Mark II Axis from SRAM, seeing the Mark II Di2 from Shimano. It's all electric, isn't it?
It should be called Di3.
Yeah, it should be.
Maybe. Sorry, terrible, I know. Dude, slap me if you want, I don't mind.
And what about Atherton's? They've brought out the AM 170, which we almost had a bit of a semi-exclusive on, didn't we?
No, I have to tell you something.
Yeah.
G did show me a picture on his phone of another bike that they've got coming, and he's like, I can't show you this, I can't let you talk about it, because they wanted to make sure everyone knew about it. But they have got another bike coming, and it's very different. That's all I can say. Very, very different. And some of you were along the right lines in the comments from when G came to visit.
Interesting. Yeah, so head over to our Evolution of Atherton's Bike video, which we did a couple of weeks ago, if you want to see some hints and potential people getting it right in the comments. So have a little guess. But yeah, guys, let us know. What are you looking forward to in 2023? Are you excited about us covering UCI race content? Are you into that? What do you want to see? Let us know some ideas down in the comments below. Okay, quiz time for you lovely people. So jumping in on some of the things we're looking forward to this year. First question is, why is one of our favourite shows called the Sea Otter Classic?
Why indeed. Next one, when was the first Enduro World Series held? Surprisingly long ago as well.
It was actually, yeah. And what does XCO stand for? One of the UCI races.
Okay, brand new day here. We've got Peaty's just come on board as partner with us. This is great because, let's face it, I love all this stuff, so I'm gonna get involved here and see what goodness we've got. In fact, that one's a bit heavy to move as that is. Let's have a look and see what we've got in here. Oh, decent. So we've got, I've got the link lube in there. We've got the wet lube, the dry lube, the all-weather lube. I've seen we've got some conversion kits down here for tubeless as well. Love the packaging and stuff, so all the packaging is completely recyclable. But more importantly, let's get to the actual products we've got in here. Biofiber tubeless sealant. Gonna be setting up with a load of that later on. And then here we've got the whole shots. So everyone knows the fastest way in racing is a straight line, isn't it? So this is how they've approached their tubeless repair system. In fact, that one is just all the cartridges in there, so it must be in a different box. Oh God, this is like Christmas Day for me. So we've got speed grease, so that's a super quick, fast grease for hub bearings and things. You've got assembly grease, you've got a carbon assembly compound as well. So of course you don't just need to use this on carbon, you can use this, well it's carbon safe basically, so it can be used for any number of assembly things. And I'm hoping this one might be the suspension grease because this is awesome, this stuff. That's the ticket. Industrial strength, definitely gonna be using that. Plugger kits, oh here we go. That is the best plugger on the market right now. The thing that's really different, in fact I'm just gonna rip this one out of the packaging to show you, is on all pluggers, they're brilliant and they're great for basically plugging the tubeless hole, but the problem you have is loading the little rubber worm on there. So sometimes the little forks on cheaper ones or thin ones, they can break and they're really hard to load. On this one, it has a single prong. The prong has almost got like a knife edge to it as well, which means you don't need to overly ream that hole. You literally just jam it straight in. Super easy to fill up. And then the cool thing is, you can store some fresh ones in there as well, ready to go. Tiny little thing, nice and safe to keep in your back. It's not going to stab you as well. Love those in all the colours. Okay, so straight into news, and probably the hottest thing so far for us is, as you might have guessed, there's a lot of Peaty's products laying around. Yes, Peaty's are a brand new partner for us here at GMBN, GMBN Tech, and on EMBN. We're going to be using their products in all the videos that we make. And actually, this is a really, really cool partnership, especially from my perspective. I know everyone's feeling quite excited about this because, well, we get to work with a really, kind of a young and revolutionary brand, essentially, but also, let's not forget the fact it's Steve Peat that's behind the brand. It's his brand. And we get to work directly with a big man himself, which is going to be amazing for races. It's going to be amazing for access we have with his amazing Santa Cruz Syndicate team, and of course all of the products as well, which are all born from stuff that they've had issues with working with stuff over the years, and they've tried to develop the best possible products. And certainly the thing that really stands out to me is how green the company is. Which is, of course, in everything we're looking at in this day and age, a really important thing. But it's just really nice and refreshing that a brand is approaching things from the ground up to be like this.
Yeah, I mean, all their fluids, even their sealant dissolvers, they're all 100% biodegradable, which is great. They're thinking about biodegradable packaging as well and recycled packaging. I think even their brushes, they're not made of plastic, they're made of wood. They're made of like mango wood, I think it is. But yeah, some of the things I actually was familiar with this product when I used to work for the UK distributor before I came here. And I've got to say, in a year and a half, they have changed so much, so much. Their sealant is completely different. So I think it's worth re-looking into them if you ever played with any of their products a year or two ago, because they're almost completely different now. And I'm really looking forward to some of their stuff. I think the tools as well, the CO2 inflators, are just the whole shot inflator. And the plug that you saw, it was at Eurobike?
Yeah, no, well, I've got
that
one.
had the claw and it was offset. We haven't got that yet, but that was is just...
That is a standalone product. It actually is ridiculous. If you only have to have one thing from their range, that's probably it, to be fair.
Yeah, and their XXX sealant degreaser, I've used that many times before. That thing dissolves everything. It's so good. And yeah, it's still 100% biodegradable as well, which is surprising, but it's great.
I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing that the wet lube smells a bit like Irish coffee.
It is Irish coffee flavoured, and this one is menthol or mint, I think, but yeah. Anyway.
Different smell in the workshop. It's definitely going to make it smell better in this place, for sure. But exciting stuff, and look for stuff that we're going to be collaborating with Peaty's on across all of the channels.
Yeah.
There's loads of exciting stuff going on behind the scenes.
Cool. Now, isn't there something lurking around in the corner of the workshop that is sort of news but isn't news?
Yeah. What sort of colour thing is it you're trying to describe?
I said it looked like a prosthetic limb. Should we say that?
Okay, so my new bike was sent to me by Rob from Nukeproof. It's a Reactor ST. I think everyone knows that over the last few years on the channel, I've really loved the Reactor in particular, which is a 130mm travel bike. But the ST is 125. Essentially the same frame, same flip chip on it for bottom bracket and sort of geometry adjustment. But the shock has a spacer in it, limiting it to 125. And it's got a 130 fork on it. And its latest model that you can see on screen, I know what we call this, like Desert Sand, Angry Fawn,
Hearing aid beige,
Senior Citizen, Sports Jacket. I don't know. But I know that everyone that's seen it so far has been like, whoa, that shouldn't work, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, it's quite classy, isn't it? Especially with that pinstripe logo. But I think it's pretty striking that we haven't seen this in the model lineup yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think this happened before when they launched their previous range. They launched everything, and then the ST just came along a little bit after, even though it's obviously the same frame. And I think I might have jumped the gun a bit here, so sorry, Rob, but hey, it's available about now.
You gave it to us, it's your own fault.
Yeah, awesome looking bike.
But yeah, again, back to the GMBN shop news. It's January, so obviously, January sale, 50% off almost everything. We've got 50% off the sage green and white jersey, short sleeve adventure t-shirts. We've got some khaki core hoodies and the To the Woods Tech t-shirt as well. So check out the GMBN store, because if you want to grab an absolute bargain and support our channel, which gives you content for free, by the way, then do head to the GMBN shop. Link's going to be down below, and treat yourself for the new year, huh? Okay, it's top mods, but it's top winter mods this time. I've gathered all of our best uploads that are snowy winter bike related. So obviously we've got to start off with a fat bike, and look at it, it's proper snow. We haven't got that sort of proper snow right now, have we? That's amazing.
I feel like I've always kind of digged a bit of fat bikes, but actually nothing makes me want to ride on more than sitting out. I really would love that opportunity. That
looks great. So this is from Chris in BC, British Columbia, I assume. This is why winter bike is awesome. It's 4.5 pounds of pressure.
Whoa, so low.
Yeah, I know, right? Winter snow conditions turn beginner runs into great riding. Yeah, I bet it would.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Looks great.
Yeah.
Next up is from Alex. Location Mamtor in the snow last year. This is the perfect winter bike. Hardtail plus size tyres, so not quite fatties, and a dropper post. Yeah, to be fair, that looks like a great sort of UK equivalent, really.
I think plus size sort of disappeared a little bit, but they're still relevant in a very niche area of riding.
God, Jonesy didn't stop talking about plus size for about 4 months last year. He seems to think it's going to make another comeback.
And then next up, I've got, well, it's not technically snow, but this Nukeproof Reactor has got a snow camo makeover.
Whoa.
He's just built himself up this Reactor, 27.5 Marzocchi Z2s on the front, and then given himself a little snow camo from, I'd not heard of this company before, but Slick. On the
Slick.
snow camo, you do, yeah? On the frame protection, which is ace. I love how there's so many different frame protectors out there offering little designs and stuff.
You probably overlooked the stuff that Rich has got on his bike. The
I did not
camo.
Overlook it. It wasn't
that's made by Slick.
Camo. I saw it for sure.
There's something against fishing and camo.
And this next fat bike, honestly, I didn't think it was a fat bike. I had to look twice at it. That's a banging bike. So this is from Brian in New Mexico, who says he's built this up himself.
That's not very snowy.
I know, and he says it's the absolute ideal trail bike for where he is. I mean, maybe if he's riding on sand.
Oh,
then...
it says, yeah, soft sandy soil.
Yeah. So exactly.
Similar, I guess, then to snow.
67.5 degree head angle, rigid fork is absolutely perfect. So yeah, I mean, it's not just about snow.
It's the tamwheels that make it look different. I'm just trying to figure out what it is.
I know.
It makes the tyres look slimmer than they actually are.
It does. It's an optical illusion that I like.
It looks like cartoon bikes still, doesn't it? That's what I do like about fat bikes.
And it's proper, yeah, no, it looks like a proper trail bike, which I love. And then finally, last but not least, we've got Kingdom Vendetta. X2 in the snow as well. And I'm just thinking, I mean, that just looks pretty covered in snow, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Next picture along.
Yeah, so I was looking at his other picture that he's put in there of his forbidden.
Oh, you like that?
You're reading all this other stuff. I'm like, oh.
No, I've moved on to the Kingdom because
nice.
Titanium plus size tyres. I mean, that seems like a winter bike to me.
They're popular. A lot of the guys over at TFG have got Kingdoms. I'm going to do some work with them, but they seem to be like popular bikes. Greg's he absolutely loves it.
That's the Kingdom Sparta, and there's just something about raw metal being a great winter bike. Okay, it's pricey, but you're not going to scratch that up and pull the paint off, are you? So.
No, I agree. Yeah, beautiful looking bikes.
But that's all our top mods for today, and don't forget the uploader. It will be down in the description below if you want to send us yours.
Please do. Okay, comments, and we're actually going to look at some comments from when G Aston came to visit us, because it seems to be quite a heavy topic at the moment, talking about what they're doing, are they going to be producing different bikes? So let's jump into some of these. So the first is from Thunderstruck MTB, says, if they ever decide to make a trail hardtail, I would buy it so fast I'd have a single digit serial number.
That's confidence, yeah. Wow. Also, Ross Stewart says, an Atherton hardtail, hell yeah. Love my nuke-proof Scout, but an Atherton hardtail in raw carbon would look insane.
To be fair, it would look amazing.
So many people going on about the hardtail in the comments.
Wow, there's a lot of hardtail love. Wow, so Stu JM says the same thing. I'd love an Aston hardtail. I was getting carried away actually reading them then. It would have to be raw though. Keep it clean and simple.
And then Pagan in Productions says, I love if they make an XC hardtail. Do you think they could ever do that?
I'd love if they made an XC full suspension bike.
Well, MS Agoo29 has replied saying exactly what I was thinking. There's a bit of love for an XC hardtail.
There certainly is.
Interesting.
Next up from RDG 1977. Full power 160 to 170mm e-bike next, preferably mixed wheel size, please.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that they've, as G said to me, they've got loads of other brand bikes. They've been trying all the motors, everything behind the scenes. It's a matter of time, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it?
And especially with the way they make stuff, that they can just make up new lugs and that to suit different style motor housings and things. So it just seems.
Yeah, exactly. They can
pretty much make one now.
Print effectively. Yeah, the lower cage. So George H said, I bet the lower cost option will be aluminium or stainless steel lugs.
Ooh, have you got a crystal ball? Interesting. Next one from Ashley Toombs. Imagine an Atherton hardtail with 150mm up front, 27.5 all round and in raw. Time to remortgage the house and the one bike to rule them all.
Yeah, that would be one heck of a bike. And then Coatlet Schweiss, I think, says, are Atherton bikes also planning on making gearbox compatible bikes in the future? The whole durability philosophy totally works along with the idea, in my opinion. Would the manufacturing process also help in constructing the proprietary mounts? I mean, in theory, they could effectively additively manufacture like the cage to put a pinion gearbox in it or something and make that. Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
Wouldn't it be cool if, I'm sure this has been said by many people, I'm sure Jonesy said it, but wouldn't it be cool if all of the motors and all of the gearboxes all had the same mounting system? Yeah. So as a consumer, you could be like, no, I want to put this in there, I want to put that in there.
I wonder if one day we'd get a gearbox e-bike would be like a nice little combo, maybe. Is that too much going on?
I don't know, it feels like it's supposed to be like that, doesn't it?
It does a little bit. It feels
quite logical.
Well.
I mean, I seem to remember a blueprint drawing or something, a Shimano one that appeared to be a gearbox with a motor.
Really?
Yeah,
maybe
I might be making that up entirely in a dream of some kind, but I'm pretty sure I've seen something like that.
Maybe way in the future. But anyway, thank you so much for all your comments on that.
Okay, time for some quiz answers then. Who's going first? Do you want to go first then?
Yeah, sure. So one of our favourite shows is called the Sea Otter Classic. Why? Because it's held in Monterey in California, and the sea otter is their indigenous, well, it just lives there. So
just the one.
There.
Just the one. Right.
Just the one. It's, yeah.
It always makes me laugh though, because even though it is at Monterey, but it's also at Laguna Seca Raceway, and obviously that's really famous, the actual racetrack.
Yeah, okay. Maybe it started closer to the coast. I don't know.
Anyway.
Who knows?
Yeah, all good. When was the first Enduro World Series held? Back in the days of 2013.
Yeah.
So it is way longer ago than you think when you actually
It's nearly 10 years old.
It's mad, isn't it?
It'll be 10 years old this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, if you look back then, well, if you look now, footage of people like Jerome Clements back then, absolutely hauling.
They look,
he was so good.
But they look like they're all on trail bikes rather than enduro bikes.
He was little.
And they've all got like backpacks and they're half lids, and now it's like no backpack.
Didn't they used to ride further?
With full face.
There was like the liaisons were like bigger stages, weren't they?
I remember it being a big ordeal. Yeah, there's a lot.
But obviously the sport's got much more aggressive in terms of descents they're doing as well now. So
it has changed.
It's definitely changed. Yeah.
And over 10 years, something else that has got super aggressive is XCO. And what does it stand for?
Cross Country Olympic. Yes, because it's the Olympic standard of racing.
Cross country, and it's the only one that's in the Olympic, apart from BMX. Yeah. But yeah, wonder if one day we'll see downhill in the Olympics.
Don't know. It's been discussed many times. You see
that.
like skiing and stuff in the Winter Olympics, so it could run a similar format, I guess.
Maybe we should get cyclocross in the Winter Olympics.
I wonder if there's too many variables in it.
Yeah, possibly.
Just because weather conditions and things.
Yeah.
But.
Anyway, that is our first show of the year. Don't forget to join the debate in the comments below, and we'll hopefully see you again in the next show.
Hopefully, yeah. Don't forget to let us know what you want to see from World Cups and stuff as well, because this is all new for us. So we have been to some in the past, but it's been a while. And it's really exciting. We're building our ideas and our itineraries, so get involved in the comments down there.